So something is a function if one value for x can only have one corresponding value for y. They can only come in pairs like that. Like an example of something that's not a function is like x equals y squared. Let me see if I can pull that up. This is from the other video. If x equals y squared. So think about like plugging in x equals 1 into this equation. What would y have to be? Y could be 1, because 1 squared makes 1. But we have a problem. Y could also be -1. Because -1 times itself, that's what squaring is. -1 times -1 makes +1. So there's two outputs for one input. That is not a function, okay? Function has to have one output for every input. So that's, you might be thinking, well, I got a bunch of dots. I don't have an equation. What do? What we do is something called the vertical line test. If you graph any function in math, it has to pass the vertical line test to be called a function. If it doesn't, then if it doesn't, that means there's more than one output for one input. So here, the vertical line test, it works by just imagining a vertical line going through every point. Okay? If it only touches one point, it's a function. So far, these first three, it doesn't touch any other points other than the one we're looking at. So if you make any vertical line on this graph, it only touches one point. So this is a graph of a function. It passes the vertical line test. Because x equals -1 has y equals 4 as its only output. X equals -3 has y equals 4. X equals -4 has y equals -4. X equals -5 has y equals 2. There's only one y for every x value. We would say, I want to submit. Oh, I can't. Okay, I remember why. So this is a graph of a function. If there was a dot right under here, if you drew a vertical line between this dot and the new dot that I'm imagining, then that would not be a function because it fails the vertical line test. It crosses at 2 points for one vertical line.